I gotta drink something before I start this one. What's up, y'all? I'm Darius, and welcome to my channel. Hello! How are you? It's so good to see you. This is my first story time ever on my channel, and I'm kind of nervous to tell y'all because I don't know how good of a storyteller I am. But this right here is a tragic story. And it was because I was just being treated so wrong, and I really didn't know what to do at that moment. This is gonna be really good. Without further ado, let's get to the video. Let me take you guys all the way back to my high school days. A lot of people who went to school with me are gonna know who I'm talking about, but I'm not gonna say the name for everyone else. Nah. And people are gonna be like, she was really treating you like that. It's crazy. Ooh, this is gonna be so many details, but I'm gonna give you guys the details about when we started talking, how we started talking, the relationship, and how it ended. Because it's so tragic. It's so sad. It's so sad. Let me take you guys all the way back to middle school. Middle school, I met this person. She was just like a little firecracker, a little fireball of a little human. She was shorter than me. She's so loud, but we were good friends at the time. We disconnected sometime in middle school because she ended up moving to go somewhere else, and I kind of forgot about her. Let's fast forward into my freshman year of high school. This is the second semester, and we had this class called critical thinking. And one day I see someone come in that looks super familiar to me, but I didn't really know who she was because she wasn't there the previous semester in my class, and she just looks very familiar, right? And it dawned on me that it was and I didn't really like her at the time. It was more of a, oh my God, I have a really good friend here. It's crazy, right? This is when we finally seen each other. We became friends. We started talking to each other. We were just friends, just hanging, just hanging out in class and talking to each other. Maybe hang out at lunch every now and then. But that was kind of it. Let's go ahead and fast forward into the next semester. We have a class together. It was sometime in that morning. I think it was my first class. We had A day, B day, so I saw her every other day for the first time of the day, right? Back then, it was a trend with all like my relationships in the beginning where we started as like fake husband, wife. Well, this is no different. I don't know where this idea of us becoming fake husband and wife came from, but it happened and we both agreed to it. And so we were fake husband and wife. I want to say a couple weeks went by and I got a text message from her. She said, I don't know if I can keep doing this fake girlfriend, fake boyfriend, fake husband, fake wife thing. With me, when we're in that fake girlfriend, boyfriend, fake husband, fake wife relationship, I start to develop feelings. Every time. It never fails. Every time. And that has been the trend. And so I was like, would you rather be the real thing? She was like, what do you think? I was like, yes. And she was like, okay, well then just ask me. And I said, oh, this is what we are. We're there now. We're getting there. We're doing really good. So I asked in the most corniest way. It was over text message. I remember the day. It was 11/22. I don't remember the year, but it was 11/22. We had a specific time too, but I don't remember it. It's not memorable enough to even remember. But I think I was like, would you do the honor of being my girlfriend for some? She was like, of course I would love to. And we started dating that day. The beginning relationship was really cute. Only thing is I really noticed that she wouldn't really claim me to social media or stuff like that. Like I'm posting her all the time. I'm putting her as like my WCW, and that was very strange and weird to me. She was in band. Well, this is an assumption, but I know for a fact this is an actual fact. She was in band because of me. I'm in high school, and I don't know. It was high school. It was young. I'm not gonna say love because it wasn't love. To me, that whole situation, looking back at it, was very toxic, but I just wanted it to work. We did have good times though. Like one time I did go to her church. I went to Bible study with her. That was fun. Her mom absolutely loved me. I love her mom. I still say hey to her mom if I see her ever. I had surgery during our relationship at that time. She came to visit me. She seemed a little creeped out. She was more like, hey. And I was toe up in the face. I was toe up in the face with my mouth terrible because I had to get my wisdom teeth taken out and the cyst in my mouth. And I'll tell y'all about that. That's another story time for later. Yeah, but I just felt a weird vibe from her when she was at my house. I don't know, the whole relationship, I should have just realized that it wasn't going to work because I was asking her things that she would have wanted to do if she was really committed to me. If that makes sense. That goes on. Sometime in the summer, she kind of started ghosting me Now, what I mean by ghosting me is go 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 days without talking to me. And I didn't know how to really take that. I didn't really know what was going on. I was immature. I really didn't know what was going on. But I kind of realized now, looking back at it, that she did not want to be with me, and she was showing me that she didn't want to be with me, and it was obvious, but she didn't want to just break my heart or say something like that. I would text her like 7, 8 times, and over the course of like 4 days, no response. Maybe out of nowhere, I get a hey, and then nothing for like 7 days. It was wild. And this was the summertime, so we're not really seeing each other like that. Man, like some of these days I wanted to hang out. But what kind of took me out the sadness and made me like not realize then and there what was happening was I was hanging out with my godbrothers, Terrence and Terrell. Shout out to y'all. I was hanging with them, so you know, when I'm feeling sad or alone, I'm with them. Why am I feeling sad? Let's go run. Let's go play something in the backyard. Let's go hop in the kiddie pool. Like whatever. Like we was living at that time. So I really wasn't too sad because I wasn't really thinking about her, but like there were periods of times where like we were just by ourselves and I would want to text her because I haven't heard from her. Like there were times where I didn't know what was wrong or where she was, and I started to panic. And so I'm like, is there something wrong with her? Did something happen to her? Oh my God, I can't let nothing happen to her. This is this is where my mind was going. I was just so discombobulated thinking about her. The whole time she just wanted to be my friend. But she never told me that. There was a particular day in the summer where I finally got a hold of her. Like we finally are talking, and she said something about authority, mentioning that we played all the time. She said something about authority, and I said, what authority? And she said, who are you to question my authority? La 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 la. And just went on and on and on and on and on. And kind of just threw in my face that, yeah, I want to break. And I know that breaks lead to breakups. Therefore, I don't want breaks. But she was like, yeah, I want to break. And I was like, I really don't want to break because it's going to lead to breakups. She was like, well, if you want this to work, this is what's going to have to happen. And now thinking about it, that was very hurtful to just force me, knowing that I don't want to do that, forcing me to do that in order for it to work. When she said that, I already knew that it was just going to go downhill from here. It was going to end up, that's where I knew it. I just knew it, but I had faith, I had hope. And I don't know why I had faith and so much hope in her. I don't know. I was young. Her saying that, and then I was like, okay, break leads to us not talking. I'm kind of used to that now because you've been ghosting me a whole lot. We ended up not talking for a long time, mentioning that she took my name out of her bio on her Instagram. She deleted the 1 or 2 pictures that she posted of us because I asked her to post them. She completely wiped that all off of her page. But me, I deleted some of our pictures. I had like a couple of other pictures. I had like maybe 4 or 5 pictures up of us still. Because I'm like, we're going to still get back together. Therefore, there's no reason for me to delete these because we're going to get back together. So why would I delete them? Well, in high school, like I said, I was in band. Well, we were going through summer band camp. And with summer band camp, she didn't show up. And I was confused as to why she didn't show up. But I realized that we weren't talking to each other. And she was kind of like ignoring me. So it would have been very strange and weird if she would have seen me at camp. I did text her. She never responded to me. I was like, where are you at? Like, band camp is going on. Where are you at? Whatever. She never responded to me. So I just said, okay, whatever. That's why I was she's not gonna do the band anymore. Oh well. This is the year I tried out to be drum major. This is so crazy. I tried out for drum major and I make it. Me and my homie Alan. And so I texted her because she wasn't at band camp and I wanted to let her know that, you know, I made drum major. Texted her on Instagram. I was like, hey, by the way, I made drum major. She said, good for you. That was my response. Good for you. Good for you. That's so crazy. I cannot believe myself. I would have. Now, me being me now, I was a suck-up boyfriend. I wanted everything to work. I was more like a whatever you say, honey. That was kind of like who I am. I'm gonna give you a second chance and a third chance and a fourth chance and a fifth chance and a sixth chance and a seventh chance back there. Now I'm not there. You only got one chance with me, and baby, that's it after that. But she said that to me, and that kind of hurt my feelings. But I never said anything because I was just happy she responded to me. And I figured out maybe a couple days later. She texted Alan on Instagram out of nowhere saying, oh my gosh, I'm so proud of you. I knew you could do it. This is so amazing. Blah, blah, this, blah, blah, that. Your boyfriend, you said good for you. A completely different person, you got a whole spiel and a whole speech. Strange, right? Right. Band camp was going on the weekend. We weren't rehearsing whatever, so I was at my godbrother's house and I'm like disconnected from the world. So I'm basically like going off like Wi-Fi just to get any text message or notifications that they got going on down there, right? I get a random Snapchat text message and it was from And I was like, oh my gosh, she just texted me. This is gonna be so good. I go outside and literally step outside of the house to be focused on the conversation that we were about to have because she just contacted me first. Well, I opened the message and it said, hey, can you take my name out your bio and delete our pictures? What? What? So I respond, why? We getting back together in the future. She texted me and said, I want to be just friends, nothing more. In my mind, I'm thinking like, is this what you've been thinking the entire time? Like, how long have you been thinking this? Were you just gonna leave me on? Like, what was it? Did you really like me? Did you not like me? Did you feel bad for me? Like, what was it? So in that moment, I'm like, so clearly you don't want to be with me. So I sent this emoji. Said, cool, that was it. This and cool. She read it, didn't respond. After I said that she read it, I went back into the chat and I said, why didn't you just tell me? She didn't respond. Why would you get together with me? Why would you say, just ask me out? Why would you say anything? Why would you be together with me for what? December, January, February, March, April, May, June. I think it was July. Why would you be together with me for 7-8 months if you didn't like me? What did I do? Because I still don't know what I did to this day. And it was very hurtful and I didn't really know how to feel. But at that time I was like, whoop, I'm free. It's whatever. It is what it is. That relationship right there was what I like to think would turn me. Because after her, it has not been any more girls. And I think because of who she was as a person, it just made me look from over here to, let's try over here. Hey! That's what it's kind of given. And then she dated one of my homeboys. And then she ended up dating someone like a year or two afterwards. And I realized that it wasn't on any of us because all 3 of us that she's dated were good men. Good men. It said something about her, not us. Just me being treated the way I was treated made me realize that people like her are not for me. It would never be for me. It was just evil. And of course, I could have stuck up for myself. But at the time, I didn't know what sticking up for myself was. And I just wanted things to work. And now looking back at it, it was bad. I would rate that relationship maybe a 1.5 out of 10. And the 1.5 out of 10 was because of how beautiful she was to me and the small moments that we had that were so good. Not that many small moments, but the small moments that we had where I felt loved, that was the good. And that's why it's a 1.5 out of 10. If she's watching, I hope you're doing well in life. I really did enjoy being in your presence afterwards for the production that we ended up doing after that happened and when you were dating someone else. Really did enjoy your presence, but I dealt with you because I had to deal with you and because I'm professional. And I just hope you're doing good in life and you don't have to worry about contacting me. Don't do anybody else like that. That's hurtful and it's scarring and it will hurt people. If you are watching, that is my message to you. Don't do nobody else like that. But for me, now I'm okay. I'm good. Promise y'all I'm good. I'm not sad anymore. I just wanted to express and tell y'all what was going on. I don't even think about it anymore. I just thought about it because a good story time for my first story time will be really good. So this is what this is. But thank you guys so much for watching this video to the end. I hope you guys made it to the end. Hope you guys enjoyed this. I promise you I am okay. Have a beautiful day, morning, night, whatever time it is. Make great decisions. Remember your kings and queens. Be you and only you, because no one else can be you but you. I love you guys so much from the bottom of my heart. Make sure you guys follow me on Instagram at JustDarius, JUZTDARIUS, and add me on Snapchat that it's JustDarius, ITSJUZTDARIUS. Thank you guys so much. I love you from the bottom of my heart. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe. But thank you guys so much for watching. I love you so much. Please spread the love, the peace. I see ya.